Welcome everyone to our honoring our pets' wisdom, positively connected. And Carmen is going to introduce our show today. I'm Sharon Carne.
Welcome, everyone. Good morning. Good morning, Sharon. Good morning, Holly, Callie, and Shanti.
Good morning, Shanti.
Welcome to Positively Pets. And I'm Carmen Hansen, and I'm a co-host with Sharon Carne. Our intention for the show is really to bring to light that every pack, every group uh, should be in balance and harmony, including our animal and human companions. And we work intuitively, in this case with Holly and her little pack today, to bring some enlightenment and also ease and flow into the home and the energetic fields of both these animals. And I would suggest Holly gets a little jiggle as well. I am joined by my co-host, Sharon Carne, who's also a good friend of mine. And she's the founder of the Sound Wellness Institute. And she's a best-selling author. She's a international speaker and a musician and a recording artist and a master sound healer. I've had sessions with Sharon. And she's a publisher. And she's a grandma. I don't know how she fits it all in a day, but she does. And I would suggest that some of her sound wellness tools help manage the overwhelm. Anyway, welcome all to the show.
Thank you, Carmen. And I'd love to introduce my friend Carmen here. She is the mastermind behind all of our sound wellness activity with animals, and she's a master animal communicator. She's a sound wellness practitioner. She's a shamanic elder and a metaphysical teacher. And her focus is to bring a lot of love and light into this world. And I'm just so delighted to be here with you, Carmen, and to be learning and exploring and supporting our beautiful animal companions along with their families. And speaking of our animal companions, today is another wonderful good friend from we've been friends for many years, Holly, and I'm just so grateful you're here today. And we have little Shanti behind her, poking her nose out of the blankets. And Callie, her kitten, is very calm for the moment, just enjoying a little bit of warmth from Shanti, probably. So, welcome to you three.
Thank you so much for having us on the show today, both of you.
I'm so excited to get to work. But first, I'd like to also thank our benefactor, our host, our main host, which is Ruth Anderson and the group, the WN group. I just so appreciate having this platform to share.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to begin by just toning 3 ohms. If you'd like to join me, please do. It's good to have that vibration in the ohm body. I'm going to ring my bowl.
Carmen's bowl's name is Mashindra, and she's like incredible. She has the most incredible energy.
Yes, it is quite a blessing to have this bowl. Breathing in that beautiful vibration. I'm asking for spiritual guidance and sacred space to be created here on this between the three of these households. Breathing right to your toes.
Callie was Callie was in the back licking away, doing a little pruning, and then she would look up with each ohm, Carmen, as
Oh,
if to say,
I missed it. Darn
"Do I
it!
know that voice?"
I'll have to watch the replay. Anyways, so we're ready to start. You have anything to add at this moment, Holly? I know that some of our concerns we talked about the other day. Um, our little Shanti is 14 and a half, so she's a little bit older, and she has some of the arthritic congestion that comes along with that movement into the aging. And our little Callie is less than a year old, and they had a bit of a rocky meeting and greeting. And I'd like Holly to share a little bit about that.
Yeah, sure. Well, before Callie came into our home, I knew that she was going to come and live here, but my friend Tamara, who was looking after her from the time that she was like a little teeny kitten, said that she wanted to keep her with her sibling, with her sister for a period of time. So we had, a date in mind. And so I kept telling Shanti, we're getting a kitty. And the day that I brought Callie home in her little kennel, Shanti came to the door and she just actually seemed excited, and she was like wagging her tail, and it's almost like she was saying welcome. And as soon as Callie saw Shanti, she was like she wasn't used to dogs at all. And so for the first while, even if one of Shanti's toys was laying on the floor, if Callie came around and smelled the toy, she would start hissing. And so, yeah, Shanti was good about it. She was patient, but I think also she was kind of like, I don't get to be part of this. So, yeah, so I think maybe her feelings were a bit hurt.
Mm. Well, there is a learning curve, and once they've sussed it out now, to me, when I touch in on that idea, I don't see that being an issue anymore.
No.
Also, I noticed earlier we were speaking, and you referred to her as a rescue dog. She's not a rescue dog anymore. She's adopted. So let's take out the energy of the rescue, because that implies like emergency kind of, woo woo, and we want peace. So adopted into your forever home, no problem.
And I love that. And it was never like that with her anyway. I mean,
no, I agree, but this is for everyone that's even just tuning in. When we consider them rescue dogs, that keeps that emergency feeling kind of around them, just with our words, because our words are powerful. There's a reason it's called spelling. That was a very interesting idea for me. I got that last month, and I'm like, oh my gosh, how come it's called spelling? So anyway, it's very, very cool ideas. And if we can spell our way into a higher vibe, then that's another tool we can use to just daily move through life in a little bit higher realm. So we've already created our sacred space. I've noticed a couple animals came and joined us, but they're not revealing who they are. Oh, there's a bird. There's some type of bird. Sharon, do you have any thoughts?
Oh, I was. Thanks, Carmen. Is the bird an eagle?
I had thought that.
Because eagles and dogs don't always get along. However, they're a little more comfortable with spirit animals. We've had spirit animals show up quite often on the shows, Holly. And
Oh,
interesting, there's two, Carmen. Hmm.
I see
and
a deer
A deer and there she
because
is.
that's my
Okay.
medicine animal. That's interesting.
So
I,
these animals are coming in connected to us, Carmen, rather than to Shanti and Callie.
well, they're holding space right now.
Okay.
Maybe they have a message later for you or I or even
Okay.
Holly, because Holly's
I would say that I'm connected with both of those animals.
so. What I would like to do is just consider walking into the woods, our bare feet on the ground, allowing that grounding energy to come up through our feet and off to the left. We see a beautiful grove with sunshine pouring through it. We see a deep, tall oak tree. And we all put our backs on it and breathe in that beautiful energy that tree has. Breathe in the smell of the moss, the leaves, hearing the chipmunks chitter and the squirrels scurry. All is well. Now Callie's laying in a sunny spot. Shanti's curled up somewhere near us in this beautiful sunshine-filled grove, allowing this earth energy to flow up through our root chakras. And I'm just going to gently use the method that Reiki uses, sweeping, to allow that congestion in the root area of Shanti. That's where my focus is right now. To just allow that flow, that ease, that energy to just move in, sweeping out the congestion, erasing some of that stiffness. Just swirling through the energy and sweeping, allowing it to be released up into a golden bubble.
Carmen, the tuning fork's being called too.
Yes, I heard that.
Do you
Thank you.
want it over? Do you want it over by the microphone? The sound for a moment?
Yes, let's demonstrate how this can also be a very effective tool besides just the methods that I use. Well, I use tunings as well. So
It's being called just to kind of massage just above the field in Callie's around the root chakra, second chakra area. So here's the sound. This is the 128 hertz fork, so I'll just work with her with the fork while you continue.
well, it's already shifted shifted the energy. It's not quite so heavy. That's much better. You just put this energy into it. Now with Sharon, she's with her intention as well. It's floating along this frequency of 128. It creates a very unique and powerful way to move congestion and that which is not serving us anymore. So I'm feeling like there's a little bit of emotion here as well. Oh, yes. It's the loss of hearing. So she's lost, or she's a little bit unsure of her surroundings. And what I'm doing is I'm just communicating another way that she can interact with her surroundings, and that's with her energy field. So almost like sonar, so that she can be more aware and not be frightened of unexpected touches or knocks on the door or things that she can't hear anymore. Well, that feels a lot better.
There was some congestion around her right hip. I've been working around her hips and her legs, but especially around her hips. And her right hip just kind of released some congestion. Yeah, they do feel better, Carmen.
So at this moment, we're just going to seal that all in, or support that idea all in with the tone of like hug. Gonna do it 5 times. One more. And we just pause for a moment and allow that to be assimilated and adjusted to by all the bodies that are enjoying this. Please tone along with me online, and Holly, if you feel so led, if that's supportive to you. It's really our own superpower to vibrate our own bodies. So we're just allowing that earth energy to rise up into the sacrum. And it's been partially cleared already by the tuning fork work that Sharon did. I'm just going to imagine energy streams between my palms, and I call it flossing. It just shakes up some of the congestion. I find it's in ligaments is very effective. Ligaments, fascia, and somewhat muscles, but they really respond to just wrapping them in love. Callie, I'm checking in with Callie, checking in with Holly. Okay, everybody's flowing through the sacrum, which is our teamwork place, our tribal connection. And that's taken kind of a hit lately with the health concerns and with those types of things. So everybody needs a little booster here.
Callie is curled up. She must be a very healing cat when she has her mind made up to it, Carmen, because she's just curled in while we're working with Shanti in particular.
Right. And I notice it's right into Shanti's like midriff, like right into her heart, her digestive area possibly, and all those places that are really helping. And I'm just gonna acknowledge you. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Kelly, for helping us here, because there's not only two of us working, with all of us in agreement, and we've set our intention to help release some of this congestion from Shanti and create a more palpable, a more deeper bond with all the animals and people in the home. And just say thank you, sweetie, and just allow her to be acknowledged. Oh, she's happy about that.
She's playing there with her little kitty smile. Yeah.
So
I'm
thank you,
working.
Callie.
I'm working on Shanti's lower spine. Just in addition, now the hips have released a bit. The just kind of releasing any congestion in the vertebra there.
And I'm just imagining my hands on her spine, right at the shoulder and very close to the hips, just above them, towards the neck, more towards the neck than on the tail side. And I'm just imagining traction happening with the spine. There. Now that's opened up the vertebra just a little bit.
She raised her head and took a peek at you while you were doing that, Carmen.
Yeah,
Oh,
she just keep her lips.
Ah,
so now the sacrum chakra is now happy and flowing for all of us. There's still just a little bit more. Would you put a tuning fork on that, Sharon? Ah, okay, good.
yeah. There's more flow in this in the spinal fluid now too. Yeah, there was blocked a little bit there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. Awesome. And now we're just going to support that with toning the sacred sound of the sacrum, which is ooh. I'm going to do it 3 times. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
Is Shanti okay there, Holly?
Yeah, she's just
She's coughing a bit.
yeah, she is coughing a little bit. Yeah, there's stuff moving, isn't there?
Good girl.
Yeah, good girl, Shanti. Good girl, Shanti. Yeah.
Ah. Letting that go in and be absorbed and flow through the body, allowing that connection between the root and the sacrum now flowing up into the solar plexus. This is our personality part. Ah, yes, she's quite low key.
She is, but she's got a lot of personality, this one.
Yeah, low key doesn't mean no. It means no
It
personality.
doesn't mean no key.
It means, kind of watching for the opportunity. Ooh. Okay, and now I'm just checking in with Callie. That feels pretty good to me. Checking in with Holly. Ooh, that feels pretty good to me. Oh, it's behind you. How come it's behind you? Let me just move it in alignment. Okay. Now about the solar plexus. Everybody's is glowing and sparkling. I'm just gonna sweep just a titch up into that golden bubble that's just a holding place. Then I ask the angels to clear it and transmute it at the end of our session. Ah. Well, the deer just said something. Did anybody hear it?
I didn't notice. I usually notice that deer are quite quiet.
Yeah, but it's very quiet, but the deer just said something. Now, I guess it's not for my ears at this moment. Okay, so that tuning fork really worked wonders on all three of these lower chakras. Very wise choice to bring them in, Sharon. Thank you. And now we're going to just support this by toning the interconnection between these three lower chakras and toning the sacred sound of O for the solar plexus. Okay, I'm just doing a gentle sweep in a infinity motion because I came across a little wibble in Callie's field, actually. Okay, that's much better.
The deer seemed to be really connecting Holly and her pack together with the third chakra.
Thank you, Sharon. I'm so happy we get to do these together because, as we've seen, we both get we have different gifts, so we can see different things. It's wonderful. So that's our personality, our ego, capital and small. So we can see how that would really affect us if it goes out of alignment or just isn't being nourished as much. Now we allow that beautiful earth energy, Mama Gaia energy to rise into the heart. Our beautiful central engine of our whole energetic system, our whole body. So looking at Kelly, just opening her heart, sweeping it. Kelly the cat. Okay, she said she had a rough start and she's just being careful. Okay, that's okay.
Callie's heart, Carmen. Callie's heart is as big as the house.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
She put up fences or something.
Is she taking on role of protector?
I'm not receiving that, but if you are, I trust what you say too.
Yeah, not quite. No, but very
More like
big.
leader.
Ah,
Leader?
Yeah, so that's in a way that's a protective role. But I'm just going to ask her if she could maybe be, rather than a leader, because that always makes them feel on guard and on edge, we ask her to just join in as a healer cat, a master of sound, because they have their purr as a hum.
Well, and her namesake is the goddess of transformation, and we do a lot of that around here.
She likes that role. She likes healer cat, and she really liked master healer.
Mm.
Good. Now, Callie's heart is. There was something there. I'm not saying it was closed. It was just, there was something there, some reserve or. Anyways, it's gone. She allowed it to be released, and now she's the master healer of the house.
Wow, there's a lot of energy moving. I can feel that.
Nice. And now we're just going to tone in the sacred sound of awe for the heart. We take a moment to just allow that to be integrated, interconnected, interwoven with the other chakras that are in balance and harmony.
Allie's now playing with the stuff in my office on the desk.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
you have to attend to that?
She's probably okay.
Okay.
Usually just pens and things.
Carmen, there was a question that came up on the Sound Wellness page from one of our viewers, and the Caprice was asking, will any of the spirit animals appear for those people who may be watching the show? And this could be whether they're watching it live or watching the replay. I've experienced the same kind of thing happening. So I'm not really quite sure. It may depend on a resonance, or if they're needed in both places at once.
I definitely could say yes to that. And spirit can be simultaneously in two apparent places that we think of two apparent places, but it's all almost the same place, sacred space. And whoever connects in is toning with us or has ohmed with us or just has connected with us and said, I agree with this, has intentionally joined our community or joined our group. So now, yes, I would say yes, Caprice, and the message might be different for you. And so just listen, just hear, just allow. So that's wonderful. And yawns are great.
Yeah,
I know, that's why I'm not covering my mouth.
Callie's come back for the throat chakra, Carmen.
So we just allow that beautiful earth energy to rise into the throat chakra.
Oh, and Shanti's coughing again. Yeah, are you coughing?
Animal wisdom. Allow that to move. Allow it to escape. She's doing it, some of her own stuff. She's joining into the whole intention.
Yeah.
Sharon, are you playing the fork for her?
Mhm. Just to help her move whatever is she's trying to move in the throat chakra. And Callie's pretending to play, but she's busy supporting. Caprice responded that she felt some of the spirit animal energy may be for her cat too, who needs healing.
Oh, well, Caprice, sign up. Come on. Or connect with us. I'll do a private session for you.
We can work with Caprice and her cat on the show.
Mm-hmm. We welcome the next person. I believe that we don't have someone lined up for March, so
Yeah, Holly may recommend. There's also a link in the post to click the link, and then you can go straight to the sign up form too.
we're just waiting for that throat energy to calm. Sharon's still working with the tuning fork. I'm doing just a little bit of sweeping to keep it moving, keep it flowing, supporting the fork's work, and the fork is supporting my work. There's no competition, it's just teamwork.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm getting a yes on balance on all three chakras. Oh, Caprice. Now that I'm aware, I'm going to sweep yours a little bit. There's an unspoken conversation. So if it's not safe to express it, write it down and then tear up the paper or burn it. If it's not safe to express your conversation, at least get it out of you onto paper.
The throat feels better. She's settled down a bit too.
Okay, everyone, tone in the sacred sound of the throat chakra, which is I. 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 Beautiful. I know I just pause for a moment with all our beautiful balanced throat chakras, interwoven, interconnected with the rest of the chakra system. Allow it to rise. And this is where I do the brachial. And we have, I've read a few different positionings of it. And I suggest that intention trumps anything. So my intention is to touch in with the brachial chakra, which tunes into the whole brachial nervous system of the animals, which is really a fantastic, it's sort of like our vagus nerve, our fight or flight, our balancer, our happy place. And it's our connection, it's the animal's connection to us. So having this balanced, oh, okay, so everybody's struggling in this area. This is not, or it's congested. It's not struggling. I'm feeling that. How do you feel about this, Sharon?
I was sensing into Callie's third eye. Sorry, Carmen. Because it's like the eagle is sending information to Callie through the third eye, which is interesting. Cats and birds don't usually get along too well, but the eagle is supporting Callie with some information that may help her as she grows into her purpose here.
As the master healer that she is, She's actually welcoming it. That's how I'm feeling.
Yeah, I am too. So I've kind of been not focusing as much on the brachial, but maybe that will. Okay. So maybe he's giving Eagle's giving information to Callie to support the brachial congestion as part of it. There's more than that, though.
Now I want to do some overtones.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just checking in. Good. There's movement through these areas now. I call that my didgeridoo voice.
I thought it was almost like a meow.
Very much so. Actually, now that you say it.
We have a lot of that type of conversation around here.
Good. Well, that's using the mouth and the amplification of the mouth to create more than one tone.
Mm-hmm.
Very powerful at moving, as well as the tuning forks are. But in this case, I was called to use my voice. And it looks funny, but it's effective, so I like to use it.
Callie's got this very interesting type of a purr. It's almost like a brrrr. But so she almost like purrs and meows at the same time.
Is that normal?
I don't know if it's normal for cats, but it's normal for her.
No. Yeah, I mean, is that a regular thing for her? I mean,
Yes.
Almost like
Hey.
she's using overtones herself with that. Because when you
Wow.
go to the yow kinds of sounds, you're amplifying certain overtones. Very cool. Incredibly healing sounds, those overtones. No wonder she's a master cat healer.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. I believe we're ready to tone in the sound that I use for the brachial chakra, which is Lu. Nice. Just allow that to ripple through, interweaving, interconnecting the song of the body. And as I was toning Lu, I heard Shanti say, "Oh, I'm so happy today."
Aww.
So this must feel good for her.
I bet it does.
Oh, yeah. So I'm just allowing it to rise into the third eye or at their brow, at our brows. And I'm sweeping through her neck like that, the attachment from the shoulders to the neck. I think we need a little tuning fork support on that spot. Get her body flowing in an easier manner so she can move. Now, I don't want you to overdo it, though, Shanti. I know you're going to feel good. Yes, you're going to feel good. Now, I was just, it occurred to me to talk to Callie for some reason about, just right now, about the countertops. She has made a practice of using the countertops. And so Holly was asking if we could do anything about it. So my request to her, remember, little Callie, my request to her is to sit on places where food is not prepared. She has a little shelf that she can sit on. Isn't that correct, Holly? And she can,
Yeah, there's a half wall that she can sit on where she can watch if she wants to and be up high.
she can observe. And you have a tall scratching post for her too, right?
It's not super tall, but it's, you know, it's high enough that she can see out the window.
Yeah.
And she's also, I keep her food dish up on top of the fridge so that Shanti doesn't get her food. So she's allowed to jump up there kind of like in transit.
Okay. So that's part of the message, so that you can share that with her too. But the food prep area, please, Paws can be on that shelf. Paws can be on your fridge. Paws can be on your scratching post. We are requesting this cooperation from you. Well, she said yes. So
good.
I'm eager to know. And you know what I was thinking, Sharon, we should have a follow-up show with all of our former guests and just ask everybody, like one show, like a review show, because we've been doing this for what, 6 months, 7 months now?
I think so, at least, Carmen. That's a great idea. I love that. Yeah, I think Callie is going to need a remember because she can get distracted.
Remember, 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 little Callie. Remember, paws on half wall. Remember, paws on fridge. Remember, paws on scratching post. Okay. So we're just allowing it. We've got the third eye balanced, focused. Everybody in alignment? Yes. Okay. So we're going to tone in the sacred sound that we use for the third eye, which is A. A. Well, that was a wake up.
Yeah, Shanti yawned as well, I noticed.
Mm-hmm. And I invited them to tap into the animal net. There's a place of wisdom that animals can draw their own things that they don't know. They can draw information down from animals that do know it. So it's a really cool place. Anyway, that was very interesting. They both went at the same time.
Yeah, they did. They did.
And look at our Shanti sitting up.
Yeah, she's looking pretty perky. Pretty perky and good. Yeah, it's okay.
And so without further ado, I'd just like to allow that energy to rise up into the crown. Our divine connection.
They're all getting up and walking away now.
That's okay.
Oh.
Maybe she has to pee.
She might, and if she does, then I'll have to let her out.
That's kind of normal for these sessions at times. Things start moving and flowing, and they have to go and have a pee or stretch around, get their body moving, and
Right.
oh, look at I can do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is
And
she
I'm
at the
just gonna
door?
stay. Don't worry, I'm just gonna stay with it.
Is she at the door, Holly? Do you need to let her out?
I'm just going to go and check on her.
Okay. I'm just doing a sweep, a full sweep with the perfect fifth forks, Carmen, just to balance out the field.
She's finishing her breakfast.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, very
Made
good.
her hungry.
Yeah.
And thirsty.
Uh-huh.
And thirsty. Yes, you can hear that.
I'm just continuing, just sweeping out a few cobwebs as Sharon is doing a smoothing on the field with the tuning forks. What about Callie? Oh, she's set. Shanti, yes. Holly, yes. Ah, Caprice. You're joining right
She
in.
is going to the door now.
right.
1 moment.
We'll keep doing our stuff, Holly.
No worries.
That's better.
Yeah. Well done, my friend. Good teamwork.
That's fun, Carmen. Very
It
cool.
is. Oh, I'm gonna here. Sprinkle a little laughter. Laughter into the corners of that whole house. Lightness, ease, joy, laughter. You think we're ready to tone the crown chakra?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The
There was
crown chakra.
There was one short question from Caprice. I think my computer is old, and every once in a while the signal gets a weak, so the sound might have gone out a little bit for her. When you mentioned her name, it was with we were smoothing out the field, Caprice. So we were just making sure the field for you and your cat are smooth. So now we can do the crown chakra toning.
Shanti's actually gone out into the yard, which is unusual. A lot of times in the last few days, she's just been kind of on the deck and then coming back in quickly.
Very cool. It's pretty cold, so we'll have to keep an eye on her, Holly.
She always comes back in and scratches on the door. She lets me know.
Perfect.
Good. Well, putting the paws in the earth, that's helpful for any of us.
It's helpful for all of us to put our paws in the earth.
So we're just about to tone our sacred sound of our crown, our center for divine connection, our center for some of the wisdoms that we don't understand to flow in. And the sound here is E. E. Marvelous. And at this time, I'm just going to create a bubble for them both to be with them so that they can, our animals, one of their jobs is to to help us with our emotional stuff, and they don't always know how to handle it. So I'm creating a sacred bubble for them that'll just come with them. Oh, look at your little toy.
Yeah, she's got it used to be an oinky pig, but now it doesn't oink anymore.
Squirrel. Dogs squirrel me all the time.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I've just created bubbles that will stay with them. And now I'm showing them how to release into that bubble. For some reason, it doesn't work with people, but it seems to with animals. And then I just say, remember your bubbles. And in a couple days, I'll check back in with them and ask them energetically if they're still utilizing their bubbles, if I can do another 5-minute sweep or just a little help. And I do that with every session that I provide. So now we're at the crown. Let's bring all that beautiful crown energy down and ground it into this harmony and balance and love and light. And we're going to do one tone on each, starting with E at the crown. E. Weaving down towards the third eye with A. Onto the brachial with Lu. Lu, Lu. Sinking into the throat with A. I. Centering everything into the heart with Ah. Ah. Connecting into our personality with O. O. Flowing down to our tribal connection with Oo. Ooh. And let's ground this all thoroughly into the body with 3 into the root. Uz, like hug. Feels so good to be alive today.
Carmen, we're at the hour already. Oh my gosh. Callie came over to step on the computer. It's a cat alive that can't resist stepping on the computer. It's just too much fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect timing. And as always, I've enjoyed our time together, Sharon and Holly. Caprice, thanks for joining in. Thank you, Shanti and Callie, for stepping into your new role. And I just appreciate this time together.
Thank you so much, Carmen and Sharon. This has been great.
Well, we sure appreciate you and your family for being here, Holly, and being willing to be live online as we work with your beautiful Shanti and Callie. Just so exciting. There's lots of hearts floating up
Oh, nice. Thank
on
you.
the page.
Thank you for all the hearts.
Caprice.
Bye, heart.
Okay, well, I guess we'll say goodbye. We'll be back again in a month. We'll for our March show on the fourth Wednesday of the month. So we'll say goodbye for now.